With new FNAF toys being introduced by Jazwares, they've quickly begun popping out new toys of Freddy and Bonnie, with Chicken and Foxy coming out soonest under the new Endo series line, where you can put parts on an endoskeleton to make either a classic or weathered version of Freddy, which is the same for the Bonnie box, and will be the same for Foxy and Chica when they come out later. They have also finally given us toys of the toy animatronics as part of the mainline jumpscare line. These are the articulated figures, with the only complaint being the heads and waists can't move, going by Toy Bonnie, which is the only one I currently own. But there are more characters out there, and in this video I'll bring over my top 10 characters and groups who I want to have toys in these lines. Starting off at number 10 with the Nightmare animatronics. I know most of these got figures under the Funko line, hence why that's high on the list, but they all also fit so well in the jumpscare line, and I think they could also work in the Indo series too, with the Nightmares and the Draco versions being packed together, like with Draco Bonnie and Nightmare Bonnie, and also going by just a base game example with Nightmare Fredbear being packed in with Nightmare. On to number 9 now, taking with a character who already has a toy with Indo series Michael. I know they currently have a figure in the jumpscare mainline, but I think they would fit in the Indo series too. It's already in theme with Michael being an part back together attraction. They also have two Rico's and Mitos with the FNAF Road games, with Tangle from the mainline FNAF Road game, and my personal favourite, the dragon-like Zangle. There's also Phantom Mangle too, but they haven't got eyes from the base Mangle. Unless they would pack Phantom Mangle with the similar coloured Tangle, I don't know how else they'll could make the eyes colour differences work, especially since I don't know if they will be able to paint the Phantom eye detail behind the removable Endo eye. Finally, for Mango, there's obviously the thing to do too, and have the Endo series Mango allow you to make either Mango or the pre-Mango state Toy Foxy, who now does have an original design outside of FNAF World thanks to the FNAF 2 movie. Now, number 8, the Grimlock animatronics. Like the Nightmares, they only got action figures from Funko, but they weren't exactly the most accurate ones. Plus, they would fit perfectly into the Endo series, with their clean, shattered, and ruined looks being options for the shells to go over the endoskeleton, or not in Run Multi's case. They also include parts from the other 3 Grimlocks to make fully upgraded Grimlock Freddy 2, and actually have Grimlock Bonnie 2 in the line, so you can finally have a clean version of Grimlock Bonnie before. Whatever happened to him, they haven't ended up in that sorry state. But the big one was number 7 with the FNAF 6 animatronics. Yeah, I'm just lumping them all together, as there really must be a difference to go over. Though I just really talk about the Rico Merdes, the Rockstars, and these animatronics. Well, Funko did give us some characters. They give us more kind of like a random spattering of them. They never give us a full group. Well, I would like Jazwares to give us those full groups. I don't have any particular line in mind for any of them. It's a good fit into either or, just fine. Though the only caveat being the groups to be in scale with each other. So for talking's sake, the Rico Merdes being in the standard jumpscare line, with the Rockstars being in the Indo series, for example. Number 6, the Shadow animatronics. I know they came out with an Indo series Shadow Freddy, but I'm not exactly thrilled about it, as he's packed in with normal classic Freddy and then Indo 1. Wouldn't it make sense for them to be packed in with classic Shadow Freddy? Especially since that's how he made his cameo appearance in the FNAF 1 film. Also, being nitpicky, but Shadow Freddy's endoskeleton should be coloured in purple, so Indo 1 not being so is not accurate. Outside of him also being the wrong endoskeleton for FNAF 2 Shadow Freddy. But that is maybe coming soonish with the having Indo 2s to go for this line. Also, Shadow Bonnie. The granted, Shadow Bonnie is going to be an easy character for them to do. Just take the Toy Bonnie mode, change the face a bit, and just release it in black plastic with some treatment, and also colouring the white details in white. Halfway there, number 5, with Springtrap / Spring Bonnie. I know Funko gave him a toy as a builder figure, but since he was one, it could have been hard for people to get him. And while it would be cool to have him in the jumpscare line, where you press the button on the back, and his jaw jumps down to reveal the face behind the mask. But I also think he could also possibly work in the Indo series too, as lucky it is for Springtrap to get it since the Mango corpse is inside the endoskeleton and all. So I can think of a different way for him to do this. Like, we could go down the movie approach and have the quote-unquote endoskeleton actually just be from Afton, and have one costume be the routine Spring Bonnie we see in the flashback picture, and have the weathered Spring Bonnie we see in the film as the other suit. Then for the game version, we actually, instead of having the corpse endoskeleton we see in FNAF 3, just give us a clean version of a split-up endoskeleton, and have the two suits being a different take on Spring Bonnie. So, just for talking's sake, say it's just a repaired Springtrap without the bow tie and only a single button. Then have the weathered Spring Bonnie, which just looks like Springtrap. And I think that's how they could possibly make Spring Bonnie work in the Indo series line. On to number 4 with a big one, as I put the entirety of the fanverse here. This is also just me wanting the fanverse to get more official mainline recognition. That aside, I can see the FNAF Candies and the joy of creating characters having the easiest way in, with most of the main cast of the Candy games being able to slot into the Indu series with their base and ribbon forms. Though that does leave out Classic, Candy, Sandy, and Old Candy out, as they currently don't have ribbon versions of themselves, and they would be out of scale with the characters that in Indu series, as Indu series characters tend to be a head taller than the mainline releases. Again, going by the current toys. Me being pedantic aside with the Candy characters' sizes, thankfully the Joy of Creation doesn't have this issue. In fact, for its Indu series, they could just include each of the United animatronics parts with the foreign counterparts, and maybe even include a Build-A-Figure part for when you collect them all, you can build the creation. Or maybe have it apart as the Joy of Creation's mainline release gimmick. Finally, for the segment Popgoes, they could do an Indu series where you could build, say, Popgoes is either his original design or his evergreen design, like with building Freddy's pack with either mentoring him as either classic or weapon Freddy. Lastly, Evergreen is going to introduce the Force animatronics. We don't know what exactly they are, but since they're basically nightmare versions of the toy animatronics, this could be a way to get them into the Indu series by having the line being built them as either the Force or the toy animatronics. Or the more similar way is doing the Popgoes line as the mainline release, onto number 3 with the Mimic. I don't think I really need to go into too much detail about the Mimic, as its gimmick of sewing suits just feels perfect for the Indu series, though I can see some costumes, like Jackie, being put into the mainline as to not overfill the Indu series too much with the Mimic. Almost there with number 2 with Fredbear Golden Freddy. They're bound to happen eventually, especially with how popular Golden Freddy is, but here's how I would like them to do these two, as there's a few interpretations of Fredbear out there, with Old Custom Night, on Weapon Golden Freddy, and on Nightmare Fredbear, and recently Proto Fredbear from Secret of the Mimic. With the first 3 being the main interpretations of Fredbear, I could see them all being in Indu series Fredbear Golden Freddy packs. For example, Old Custom Night Fredbear and Classic Golden Freddy could be in a pack together, with Nightmare Fredbear and Weapon Golden Freddy following the same logic to each other, coming with an on Nightmare version and an on Weapon version of themselves as Fredbear. Well, I could almost see Proto Fredbear coming in that Mimic line I talked about earlier, like he's packed in with Proto's Big Bonnie. And we're here at number 1 with my most wanted FNAF characters as toys, Mad Endo, Bubba, and Pork Patch. That's right, I'm putting this on FNAF World characters. As well, doing a new preview of FNAF World, and when I got to these 3, I thought they would fit perfectly in the Endo series, as actually these 3 all use the same Endo skeleton, with one just being the bare Endo, with the other 2 being custom characters using it. They could even release the Endo itself, as there is a golden version of the Endo, simply named Gold Endo. They could even maybe pack it in with a copy of Mad Endo, as Overclock is just the exact same model and texture, just under a different name. With that, we're going to end the video. What do you think? Do you like my picks for my most wanted characters? And what characters would you like to see make it into this new line that I haven't mentioned? But in any event, thank you for watching.